Hey, what's up, guys? This is Church of Caboose, and welcome to my corner of the internet. And this is going to be a video for a guide to do the Copies on Copies raid challenge for the Deepstone Crypt. This is the challenge for the second encounter, Atrax 1. This video will be made assuming you already know the basics of how to beat Atrax, and this is going to be purely about what you need to do for the challenge. So keep that in mind as you progress through this video. If you enjoy the video, make sure you click the like button, as well as comment something down below to let me know if this was helpful or if there's something I could do in the future to make this a better experience for you. Also, subscribe to my channel. I have goals, and every time someone subscribes, it gets me at least one step closer to those goals, so I really appreciate it. If you're looking for a clan on Xbox, PlayStation, or PC, join the clan by using the Discord link down below, and we'll get you all hooked up once you're in that Discord. Finally, ways to support the channel are also in the description box down below. Now let's go ahead and talk about this raid challenge. For this challenge, Copies on Copies, here is the general gist. You need to beat Atrax 1 without getting rid of a single copy via an airlock. So you're going to have to juggle these copies around the whole time. Now there's probably a couple of ways you can do it, but I'm going to tell you guys the way that worked for my team because we were trying to figure this all out. So you're going to want to approach this encounter kind of how you normally would, but instead of having someone go up, they get their replication buff put inside of an airlock, they go back down. That person just stays when they have the replication buff, and then you kind of are adding on stacking damage. So let me try and explain this a slightly different way. So if you start 3 and 3, so you got 3 that go up to space, then you have 3 that are staying down below. That 3 in space includes the operator once it gets up there. Then when someone from down below in Europa gets the replication buff, they no longer are going back down to Europa. They would go up to space and stay with the operator while the operator is taking care of resetting all the replication buffs for the ones in space, as well as the replication from the one on Europa. So every time someone on Europa defeats a copy and they grab it, they need to go up to space and they stay there. Now the real key to doing this is basically one phasing the boss. The closer you get to one phasing, the easier this is going to be. We had to do one extra phase past one phasing, and we got real lucky. I think the game was kind of bizarre. Like, we thought we were going to get wiped, but it didn't. So all you have to do is use things like wells and bubbles. So if you got titans and warlocks, the titans just put your bubbles down where people can run through them on the way to a copy, and make sure everyone's using lament. Then for warlocks, just drop that well at the foot of one of those boss copy things, and that'll help you guys to do even more damage. It's going to be absolutely critical because the maximum number of replications you can hold is 6, and since each damage phase is 4, realistically you could do 1.5 damage phases, but then you want that operator's gonna have to be the last one to hold one. So it's just way easier to one phase the boss, or one phase plus one little copy, and then all you have to do, beat the boss. Even if one explodes, as long as it doesn't wipe your team, you never know, could get lucky like us. So time is going to be a factor. Now here's a couple of weird things that happened to our team that I do not know if it's universal or if it was just a weird glitch. We had one player, when I reset his buff, just lost the buff. Like, it didn't, like it wasn't because he didn't pick it up and it exploded, it just disappeared. And we went from having 4 to 3. So I have no clue if that is supposed to happen, if it's like, if you hold a replication for long enough, eventually it just goes away. I don't know. Just letting you guys know to be prepared for if someone just has their replication buff disappear, it might be intentional or it might be a glitch, and it'll be okay because that's what happened to us on our attempt when we actually beat the challenge. The last thing to keep in mind is you guys are going to try to do things like group up into a corner of one of like the areas by the launch pods, because then you can have the operator shooting at those guys with the replication buffs while the replication buffs are standing still and shooting down ads, because that just seemed to work pretty well for us. So it's kind of like you're losing one gun, but you're got everyone else kind of defending each other, so it works out okay. You could probably, if you're doing great on damage, use a well to chill in there. And then it's the last thing to note is once you get to that final stand, all those bosses will spawn in. So you want to try to get everyone reset just before that final stand, especially since these days many teams are able to completely take out the remaining bit of the boss's health with one of those bosses, and so you probably only need to have everyone reset with just enough time to get to that last boss. Alright, thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope this helps you all out. This was a fun challenge. Personally, I was relieved I was right. I made some friendly clan bets about what each of these raid challenges were going to be. I was pretty wrong on the first one, but I was absolutely right on this one. I had called it like a month ago that copies on copies was going to be. You cannot get rid of a single replication buff, and you had to defeat Aatrox 1 pretty much in one phase, and so I just feel kind of good about that. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know down below what you guys think, as well as other ways to support the channel are listed down below, but the best and most free way is to subscribe, comment, like, and share the video. I am Church of Caboose. Have a great week and happy grinding, y'all.